Joe Redner wild card element? Joe, what do you think?
I see Joe every day. Joe, because we work out at the same club. Joe is very involved, but he has a lot of baggage, which I don't need to go into.
He has some money, the name recognition.
Yes, he does. But I talk to him a lot of times, and he is very much on the issues. But I think it's because he's such a provocateur that he turns off a lot of people.
Okay, and what about the gentleman that ran as a Republican candidate last time? Ken Anthony, straight from the Charlotte.
Oh, Ken is, we supported him when he ran for city council. He's knowledgeable on.
Exactly.
I mean, he's probably the best candidate that has run in Hillsborough County that's never been elected to anything.
I met him several times, man. There's just no way in hell he'll run again, man. He took a loss at $94,000. Only got 60% of the vote back then. And I think he'd be a perfect candidate.
Well, to the Joe Redner thing, being on the campaign trail, you meet and talk to, at some point in time, most of the candidates running for almost everything, because at some point in time you pass them across on the trail. Joe Redner impressed me as a person and as a businessman. Joe Redner would have been on the Tampa City Council right now had he not offered free lap dances after the primary election in the last election cycle.
That's what cost him the election.
That's what cost him. But again, that united the churches against it. People were not voting for Gwen Miller. I'm going to tell you, they were not voting for Gwen Miller. They went to the polls to vote against Joe Redner. Had Joe Redner not did the little free lap dance thing after the primary,
bring your iPhone sticker, Richard,
he would have won that election.
And he got the endorsement of St. Pete Times, don't forget.
Yeah. You think there's ever a possibility of him ever winning in Hillsborough County, Joe Redner?
Well, Joe is softening in his old age. He was a lot more boastful and forceful the younger he was. Part of politics is aging and learning the system, and there is a system to it. He has money, so money's never been his issue. His issue has been the morality of how he's going to actually get people in the church, the people in leadership in his party to back him. Because again, at the end of the day, even though the Democrats don't speak and use morals as their base and their ground platform, there are some moral people in the party.
Well, a lot of church members go to his club.
But it's not the same.
I mean, Mr. Brown, what do you think?
They don't want you to take their picture going in that club.
I mean, you agreed there is a club with a lap dance.
I imagine. I would guess. I don't know. I haven't been there.
Now, do you think Mr. Redner will be elected to kind of
I think eventually, like I said, he came very close this last city election.
Yeah, he did.
What would he have to do to actually win, you think?
I think eventually his message will get through. I think he has to downplay his business connection and just concentrate more and more on the issues. Okay, just the issue itself. And maybe if he wants to bring up his business experience, why he knows he's run businesses in this town. He knows what it takes, to stimulate economic growth and so forth.
Well, one final topic and then we wrap this up. The mayor election, 2011.
Yes.
The obvious front runner is Rose for leader.
Yes.
Joe, you comment on Rose for leader? Think she's a front runner?
I don't think so.
Really? I mean, she's...
Not just yet. I would look right now. Well, right now there's rumors that Dick Greco, former mayor, might run. And I don't think it'll happen. I think he's just soaking in all this attention. Yeah, I think he gets turned off right now. People are asking him if he would run again.
So who could possibly beat her or
Bob Buckhorn.
Buckhorn
is another candidate. I don't know if he's going to run or not. I think
he has the interest.
Yes, most definitely. He served 8 years on the council. Before that, he served in Sandy Friedman's administration. He knows the city. He's kept up on the issues. We talked about it. So I think he'd be a former candidate. Thomas Scott has announced he might.
The problem I found with Scott, can he convert his pastoral skills, oratory, and that kind of stuff into the public arena? And I don't see connect there for some reason.
Okay.
Great behind the pulpit, no doubt about that.
I think he feels. I haven't talked to him, but you know, if we're ever going to have a black mayor, you know, I'm the one.
Yeah, but I've never
I think
seen.
that's just my personal feeling on the issue.
I've never seen or heard him articulate public issues and policies.
I've heard. I mean, when he was on the county commission, I mean, he was very. I mean, he admitted it was a long learning curve.
Conversion from pastor to politician.
But he learned a lot, and he was very well versed on the issues by the time he left the commission.
How about people like Curtis Stokes? Curtis Stokes. He's been throwing around the idea, vice president of Fifth Third Bank, and he was formerly the head of the NAACP here in Tampa.
Right.
What do you think his possibility, Curtis Stokes?
I think he's up on the issues as well. I've talked to him. Yeah.
Just the name out there, everything is a possibility.
Yeah, but knowing the issues is one thing. You know, being running a big city nowadays, you have to deal with unions. You have to deal with declining revenues, which I don't think Greco will run. It's not the same kind of city when he was mayor before. When he was mayor before, you had appreciating home values, home construction. You didn't have to worry about raising taxes because tax revenue.
But it's the opposite now.
Yes, exactly. So it's a whole different scene. So, you know, people be careful what you wish for.
Final comment, Eddie?
Well, I think the thing about Roast Leader at this point in time is probably the best prepared to be mayor for the city of Tampa. She's been into politics long enough. She has a significant enough financial and volunteer base.
About $300,000, I think.
To be able to do it. Last I heard, she had about $200,000, maybe up to $300,000 now. So she's been working at it and working on it for a while. And I actually had a conversation with Rose a couple weeks ago, and the topic came up. So again, Rose is doing some things to position herself to be the front runner for the slot. That being said, Reverend Scott has a good opportunity. But the thing about Reverend Scott running, Reverend Scott runs, Curtis Stokes run. We get the same thing we had a couple of years ago, where you got 2 blacks or 3 blacks running for the same slot. Blacks don't vote that much in local elections as it is. You dilute the black votes, because when Pam Mayoral won, she had 2 blacks running against her. She had Eric Green and Sirius Lewis running against her. And between the 2 of those guys, they didn't get the same. You put their 2 votes together, they didn't get what Pam got. That being said, Pam would have beat either one of them, but it would have been a much closer race had they combined their forces. When you have Rose being a Republican, I don't think it's going to be any other significant Republican run against Rose. So it's going to be Rose against whoever the Democrats come up with, and they're going to have to kind of go through that process. But since it's a non-political race, they all nonpartisan. Sorry about the nonpartisan race. Yeah, very nonpartisan race. They all run together.